Hi guys, my name is Moran. Welcome to another episode of Getting Personal, where I gather for you different stories from Reddit. But today I've got for you not just a story, it's a whole saga with 4 updates. I invite you to discover this story with me. I actually haven't read the full saga. I just read the first post and then I realized that there are a lot of updates, so I was curious. So today, mostly it's gonna be blind reaction from me. So let's see what this is about. Am I the asshole for telling a friend she'd settle for a penis and a pulse after she shamed my standards? This is a very nice comeback. I, female 20, had close friend, female 22. I've been single since I was 18 and she asked about it. Upon me telling her I wasn't interested in dating right now, she said, so basically you can't find anyone. Those friends should be ditched. I brushed past it, not wanting any arguments. She later asked what I'd look for in a guy. As I told her, my basic standards would be respect goes both ways, us vs the problem, not me vs you, likes dogs, I have 3 so obvious reasons, general good hygiene, decent level of fitness, not necessarily aesthetic, I'm heavily into the gym and fitness so I want someone to match this ideally, driven and hardworking, an example has a goal/drive of what they want to do with their life. All reasonable. She told me that I'm never going to find a guy because I'm asking for too much. If I were to lower my standards, I'd find a lovely guy. No, you would find a piece of trash, probably. Not that all good guys have all these characteristics, but I'm just saying that this whole thing of like lowering your standards never actually leads to anything good. Not never, but in most cases, definitely. The only standard should be compatibility. If I did, I wouldn't be alone for the rest of my life because that's where I'm heading. Oh my god. She's 22. She has no idea what she's doing with her life, and she's telling you what to do with your life? Oh, hell no. Later that evening, my brother messaged me with a screenshot from Tinder with my photos and my profile, asking whether it was me, as I assumed due to similar ages and location we'd matched. I don't like the idea of dating apps at all, and my family know this. It was a whole lot of back and forth. Turns out the friend made a dating profile on my behalf to find a good guy for me. Update, we found multiple, at least 20 after this. 20! This is insane. I was absolutely fuming and made it clear to her. She told me she was helping me out and knew what was good for me as a friend. She sounds like an awful person, honestly, and an even worse friend. I told her that just because all she looks for is a penis and a pulse, it doesn't mean that I do. Still, amazing comeback. She blocked me on all platforms and won't take the profile down. This initial am I the asshole is resolved. Thank you, everyone. Before we head into the updates, I'm just gonna say wow about your friend. Secondly, your friend is being unhinged. I do not understand the behavior of this person. Let's see the update. Thank you so much for everyone's lovely responses. I'm so overwhelmed at the response. You guys are my lifeline at the moment. We later found several more accounts, current count at 22, all containing the same photos and description. How much effort does that take? I don't have enough energy sometimes to manage one profile or like access one profile, and there are 22 that she made. This is absolutely bonkers. The latest that we know of, dating 5 weeks ago. The night I posted this, I stayed over at my brother's and neighbors informed me 2 separate cars pulled up in the middle of the night. So she's been sharing my address since. Someone on here advised to get security cameras to monitor whilst I'm not home. And in the space of 6 hours, 14 men showed up at my home. I am very angry right now. It's absolutely mental, especially as I've got no idea what she's telling these men. It has the possibility of getting very, very dangerous quickly. On the police lawyer front, she's definitely against the law, but until we have direct evidence that she's sending these men to my address, an example message from her to one of the men, she can't be charged with harassment. These laws sometimes are infuriating because it's probably so hard anywhere to get those convictions and those restraining orders. It's just some of these things are so hard to prove. It's very upsetting because a lot of people suffer for it, and basically the police don't do anything until you actually get harmed or something worse. Lawyer seems sure we'll win the case though on the basis of harassment, identity theft, and defamation with up to 8-month jail time. Would I be the ass if I pressed full charges against her? No, press the charges. I think there's still that element of what if she was trying to help, though to be honest, I doubt it. She's not trying to help. She sent like 14 men to your apartment disclosing your personal address and being absolutely nuts. This is not normal. She was not trying to help. What does she think you're gonna do with them? She's being malicious right now because she's upset that you just didn't roll over and do as she said. Potential trigger warning for blood. So last night was nothing short of unsuccessful. For anyone who didn't see it, a group of us were waiting at the house with a note on the door trying to gather evidence from the messages, etc. It's ended with a massively swollen jaw and cracked one of my back teeth in half. What? All good this morning, just pretty sore. Oh, okay. I found this. Details on attack. I'm okay now. I was up the hospital for a little while last night as I was worried it was something to do with my jaw, but thankfully they don't think so, and my teeth have taken most of the damage, so just a little knocked up. You're certainly very optimistic about all of this. I would have been probably not like that at all. So the sign on the door said, if you're here to see my name, you've been catfished by a woman using her photos and name to harass her. I'm currently collecting evidence against her, and I'd really appreciate if you have any messages from her you could show us. If you're not comfortable, please give my brother's number a call. Anyway, a car pulled up and left about 5 minutes later. No luck there. But after an hour or so, 9:30 maybe, a guy knocked at the door. I just assumed he was coming to help. I kind of thanked him and began to explain what was going on, but he grabbed the side of the shoulder and pushed me towards the corner of the porch. It's fairly small. He's still pinning me into the corner at this point, so I'm pushing off and screaming for the others in the house with me. He punched smack bang over the right side of my face. I'm so thankful it wasn't my nose, but blood was streaming out of my mouth from the tooth, so I ran over to the kitchen whilst my brother and his mates were trying to sort it. What the actual hell is going on out there? What is happening? The friend that was with me called the police. I don't really remember what happened afterwards. I think it was a bit of a shock, but everyone else was unscathed, so I don't think he was there too long. Jesus Christ. Let's go through the updates one by one. All right, I'll start at the most significant, though it's a little tight. The psycho friend, can we call her Olivia for the purpose of making updates easier? Anyway, Olivia's sister, being in contact with my brother and later her family, informed them of the situation, rang me up this evening and said she got my number from my brother. There was a bit of awkward small talk, sorry this is happening, etc. But she mentioned a friend of Olivia's had visited Olivia after seeing the posts from the sister, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, it's been a lot today. She said that the friend was really concerned about Olivia and she seemed emotionally unstable, bursting out into tears, etc. She said she'd completely dyed her hair. She's normally blonde, dyed to dark brown, had an effing tattoo done of a tulip, emotional significance to me, and was saying she desperately needed money for liposuction, fat removal, and breast reduction, and was pleading with the friend that visited, saying it was urgent. She just needs to go to a hospital at this point, because this is a very alarming behavior, and clearly she's not doing doing well, so I hope by the end of this they get her some help. Let's just have a think and see what that sounds an awful lot like. Dark hair, check. Tattoo of a tulip on my calf, check. Small boobs, check. Skinny, check. This woman is trying to copy my entire life. These stories are always the ones that scare me a lot, like a lot. You know, those stories where people are trying to become another person and even like replace them in their own life. They are horrifying. Literal chills. So the sister of Olivia asked the friend where she was staying, obviously concerned for the welfare of her sister, and the friend won't say anything about it. The sister lives out of town and can't get a hold of her at all, and the sister won't tell me who the friend was that visited her. Helpful, right? On the positive note, the police are holding the guy in custody at the moment. They were able to pick up the registration from one of the neighbor's security cams, and I'd assume traced it to an address or something. Anyway, they rang earlier confirming details of my description, and it matches both the security footage and my description. They haven't told me any more than the fact that the guy is being held at the moment. On another positive-ish note, my brother finally gets a bit of space back. The hotel invited myself and the dogs to stay for the next week, tonight being our first night. I've made it very clear to the hotel that no info can be disclosed, that I'm staying there, etc., and they've agreed. That is very nice of them. She's read the fake profile messages on the dating site and hasn't responded. Thank you for all your concern, guys. Beyond appreciative. This is a roller coaster and a scary one. I cannot imagine just living your life, you know, having your friend, and then one day all hell just breaks loose and this starts happening. Update 3. Firstly, apologies for not updating. I wanted to make sure the info was correct, so there'd be no speculation with what was going on. The friend has been arrested since last update. Fair enough. As suspected by many, she was encouraging consensual non-consent from the message with the guy that attacked me. She told him that she's cheating on her boyfriend, and he found that she was on dating sites, so she had to lie and say that it was a catfish, which might explain why the sign was ignored. Lawyer thinks she'll be taken in for psychological examinations. I'm not sure what's happening with the guy that attacked me, but I'm tentative to push for charges against him if he really did believe her lie about the catfish. But really, how stupid can you be? Doesn't matter the catfish or not catfish, because he hit you in the face. What the actual press charges? This is not normal in any way. Still men turning up at the house, so I plan to move to the coast in the next couple of weeks. Well, thankfully you can do that. That's good. The sister ended up lying to the police, telling them that she'd never spoken to me. These people, do you think you're making it better for your sister by covering it up? No, you're just digging yourself into the hole, because there is a whole lot of witnesses, probably phone records, so like, what is wrong with you? So I think she received a warning for false info to police. Logical. Swelling is down on the OP's jaw, and lots of love and hugs to all. And let's move to the last update before I just wrap this whole saga up. It's been a hot minute. I don't want to make this post longer than it already is, but I had several messages asking for an update, so I thought it was better to share on here. Olivia has since been arrested, and the legal case will pick up over the course of the next few months, as will the guy that showed up and a few of the dating sites who refused to share my information. For anyone in the UK, I'm not sure whether it can be watched from abroad. The story was picked up by ITV and has been shared over there, and a far more coherent version. I've been told I'm not allowed to directly send the link via these posts, but I don't imagine it's difficult to find. A common question people had was about the hotel. The hotel got in contact with my brother after this post on Facebook, explaining what was going on, not through these anon posts. Another thing was about the speed of the lawyer. Our lawyer is a friend of my brother's, so we were able to have advice much faster because it wasn't such formal meetings. I'm planning to move at the start of June, and I'm staying with a friend for the remaining time. If the case is sorted quicker than than expected. I'll share the results, but by how it seems, it's likely to be a long time before there's any serious ending. Thank you so much. Well, this is quite an ordeal you had to go through. I'm happy that you can move, and I'm very happy that you pressed charges. So this is all being handled legally. I do think that she might have some mental health issue because this switch in her behavior is so rapid, and it does seem like a possible psychotic episode. Regardless of that, she had to be stopped, and it's a very nice thought to have that she was. I do not imagine how hard it is to be in that situation and being that scared for yourself, because one thing is to have a completely insane friend, okay? But another thing is to have men showing up to your home and knowing that this person that you used to be friends with is going to possibly spread your address to like hundreds of people because she is trying to either prove a point or is petty or is having a serious problem with her mental health. In any of those cases, this must have been terrifying, and I'm very happy you and your dogs are safe. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still here, I will see you with another video real soon. Bye.